TRX has had a textbook bullish break, and if you don't want to miss the next leg up, having an optimal entry is key. But where might that be? So the first thing to recognize is we were trading within this range highlighted with this red rectangular box here for most of the back end of 2025 and most of the first quarter of 2026. And that range is between 0.3230 and approximately 0.27 dead. And this long-term support line, of course, is helping the price action stay above these areas. But of course, whilst we've been in this range, there's been a bit of a tussle with the daily 200 MA, highlighting how we came down, marked down, starting in the summer, bottomed out at around November 2025, got back above the 200 MA, then ran straight into resistance, lost it again, formed a larger time frame, higher time frame double bottom, and then broke above it. And since we've broken above the 200 MA, we've been in a pretty consistent uptrend, moving further and further until we have finally, in mid-April, broke out of the range we were trading in, breaking above 3206, which was acting as key resistance to the price action, put in a textbook retest, and now we are at the penultimate level of resistance before the levels we previously topped out in August, which are made up of essentially 0.3620 and 0.37 dead. So we're now running into resistance firmly in this red order block. What can we expect from the price action? Well, firstly, we are cooking on the RSI, which means we have a lot of downside potential ahead. We have obviously a lot of these order blocks down here, highlighting that an expectation at the moment is that the price action isn't necessarily going to just continue up from here, and that we are going to have a retrace at some point. And given the fact that the market and a lot of assets have been resetting, they've been moving up, moving down, as you can see here, demonstrated very nicely. Here we go, up, down, very full resets, just ranging price action with different ranges depending on the time. Now we have re-entered this range, which is essentially between 3527 and 0.319. And this is the range which we're in at the moment. Of course, we had this breakout up here, so this upper bullish range as well, which is just before 0.37 and 0.35. But this is where we're essentially knocking on the door at the moment within this trading range. What does that mean then for trading opportunities? Firstly, it means that we have a short opportunity here because we're at the top of the range, but because TRX is bullish, we don't want to put our canoe in the river and paddle against the flow. We of course want to acknowledge that we are in an uptrend despite the rest of the market being quite bearish, and we want to therefore look for a long opportunity, because you could enter for short here, but we could pop out up here. Therefore, we are waiting for a retrace, which gives us two key levels. We have this lower level here at 3203. That was essentially the bottom of the trading range and the top of the previous. That would be the safest, most probable entry. And of course, then you've got the 200 MA coming fast in, but you may have to wait a week or so for that to happen. But then you also have a slightly higher range, a slightly more bullish range, which we haven't retested following this little up and down bounce here following the breakout. That is at 3314, this area here, and that would give the opportunity to maintain that uptrend quite nicely. So that would be the next play, 3314, or the safer option at around 3211 here. Those are your options for TRX in terms of long trade viability, but that's TRX.